was a time when a Blizzard announcement could stop the entire gaming world. Arenas fell silent. Millions leaned in. Whatever came next was worth waiting for. This is the story of how the greatest studio in the world lost the one thing it could never patch back in: trust. In the 90s, people lined up at midnight in the rain. Not for a phone, not for a console, for a cardboard box with that name on it. It started in 1991. 3 fresh UCLA graduates, a cramped office, and a company called Silicon and Synapse. 3 years later, they gave it a new name: Blizzard Entertainment. Then came Warcraft, Orcs and Humans. Then Diablo, dark, endless, irresistible. Then StarCraft, worlds so sharp, so playable, that each one didn't just sell, it defined its genre for a decade. StarCraft did something no game had ever done. It became a national sport. In South Korea, stadiums filled. Players became celebrities. A strategy game, on television, in prime time. And in 2004, World of Warcraft swallowed the planet. 12 million subscribers. 12 million people paying every single month to live inside a Blizzard world. Guilds became families. Raid nights became rituals. The secret was never speed. It was patience. Blizzard's motto became legend: "It's done when it's done." And players believed them, because the polish was always worth the wait. They even canceled finished games. Warcraft Adventures, StarCraft Ghost. Years of work buried, because good enough wasn't. Imagine trusting your own standards that much. Then, in 2008, the ground shifted. Blizzard's parent company merged with Activision. On paper, nothing changed. In practice, everything now had a clock on it. Quarterly earnings, annual releases, live service pipelines. The studio that had all the time in the world now answered to shareholders who measured art in fiscal quarters. In 2018, the cracks went public. Blizzard closed its own convention by announcing a mobile Diablo game to a hall full of PC fans. The silence curdled into boos, and one sentence became infamous: "Do you guys not have phones?" A year later, Blizzard suspended a professional player over a political statement, and the backlash burned across the entire industry. Fans who had defended this studio for decades were now protesting outside its gates. Then Warcraft 3, reforged, shipped broken. A remake of the very game that built the company. Missing features, missing polish, missing the point. "It's done when it's done" was done. And in 2021 came the heaviest blow of all. The state of California sued Activision Blizzard, alleging a culture of harassment and discrimination. The stories that followed weren't about games at all. They were about people. Employees walked out. Sponsors walked away. Leaders resigned. The studio that once felt like a fellowship now made headlines for what it had allowed inside its own walls. The veterans left by the hundreds. The designers, the artists, the voices who had built those worlds. What remained were the desks and the silence between them. In 2023, Microsoft bought it all for $69 billion. Blizzard, once the most fiercely independent studio on Earth, became one logo among many on a corporate slide. There are signs of life. New expansions, old apologies, maybe someday a way back. But the tragedy was never that a company changed. It's the distance between who they were and what they became.